Okay, it's me, it's Roy, from English Right Now. How are you? How are you? Are you okay? Great. Okay, so today we're going to talk about something. Does this look like me, by the way? First of all, I don't know. So today, what we're talking about is what age can children start learning English? Okay, it's a really common question that I get. A lot of people want to know when they can introduce English to their children, when it's a good idea for a second language. But realistically, you can introduce the concept of English very, very early on. The thing that people worry about, oh my God, my kid, my child, they're going to get very confused. There's a lot of things. Children's minds are absolutely fantastic. They have so much potential, and it's like a sponge. They soak in the knowledge. In fact, bilingual children, if your child is in fact bilingual, usually up until the age of 7, 8, they get a little bit confused between the two languages. A lot of my friends have kids that speak both Portuguese and English, or English and Spanish, or sometimes 3 or 4 languages. And they make mistakes, like they'll use one word of Portuguese with 2 or 3 of English. And it's cute. But this usually happens, and you feel worried about the kid. It's normal. Oh my God, they're confused. They're not confused. It actually, bilingualism in children is a really, really amazing thing. And it can help them become better learners in the future. You often find that students, the most gifted students, are those that speak 2 or 3 languages. Um, and it extends to other areas like history and things like this. The apprehension of knowledge, the comprehension of knowledge is phenomenal. But the initial stages, yeah, they are a little bit difficult. Up until about the age of 8, you see kids getting confused. Sometimes, not always. But what would I say? If you're going to introduce your child, and your child is, I don't know, an Arabic student or an Arabic speaker, and you want to introduce English, there's no harm introducing basic English, fundamental basics, at an early age. Now, you can't start like teaching, I don't know, um, complex grammatical structures, but things like colors, red, blue, green, it's a great idea. And numbers, of course, and things that are fun, animals. You can introduce that because it starts to help their pronunciation in their second language, and it really, really works for them. I would say you can show them kids' TV, things like this. Not a problem at all. But what I would say is realistically, you can't start teaching it as a full-time second language until they're about 3. 3 is the kind of age when they can start to study, start to understand. Of course, it's not like adult learners. Adults, I can teach you grammar. I can say, okay, the verb to be is this. I am, you do. Kids need much more structure, but also the freedom of creativity. So you really need to think about that. If you choose to teach your kid yourself English, don't just hammer grammar at them. Don't just throw it at them, because they will get bored, and of course they will, because they don't see the production value. They don't see the point of learning a second language. And we know learning English, at the moment for me, I'm very lucky because I speak the world's language, and it's important for them. So I would say you can't explain that to a child. They don't need to hear things like, oh, it's important for your future, because they are only worried about the now. So if you teach them cool ways to say things, like, oh, a cow, moo, you teach them the sounds, and like, you give them some variety and some kind of context that they can really start learning. Apps like Duolingo, and there's a lot of the children-friendly apps that you can teach before they're 3. And then I would start thinking about sending them to a little school, an English school, like in Brazil, you could send them to Cultura Inglesa. You could basically think about sending them to a school at about the age of 3. There's a course in the city I'm in Belo Horizonte, for 3-year-olds to learn English, and they have a lot of fun as well. I mean, like there's also a lot of potential for fun there. So it's like a socializing thing as well, and kids together learning English. It's cool for them. Learning from their father and mother, it can be a bit boring for them. And I feel sorry for some kids that have to sit there and do line of grammar after grammar after grammar. Eish, eish, whoosh, aish. So you need to remember that this is something. So my advice to you, if you want to teach, what age can I teach my kid English? You can start from very early on with videos, things like ABC Kids TV, I'll put some links down below to other great YouTube channels that like you can teach a kid English. Things like making them sing like Baby Shark. I love that song. A Baby Shark and things like this is a great way to introduce the language in a fun way, rather than this is the grammar, this is the language. You've got to think about a kid. Why are they going to learn it? They're going to learn it through music, and I think that's the key thing that I want to say here. And then when they're 3, that's when you should really think about enrolling them as a second language student. That would be my great piece of advice for you. And don't push them too hard. Don't expect them to be fluent. It takes years to learn a language. It will take them 10 years, 15 years to learn their language, let alone a second language. So don't push them too hard. If you want them bilingual, remember to check out my alphabetization video right here. Bing, ding, ding, ding. Hopefully it's there. It could be there. I don't know. YouTube, find me some places to put this. But on that note, have a great day, and I really hope this video really helps you. I hope it helps you as much as it's helped some of the kids that I've taught. Have a great day, and lots of love. Ciao.